Hi, my name is Aedan Rourke, and this is my chicken assignment or my pre-dissection assignment. So just to start, we wash the chicken to rid of any salmonella that might be in the chicken, which is a bacteria that can be in poultry. And so we washed it really nice and washed our hands as well. So just in terms of anatomy of the chicken, so first, if the chicken were living today, it would be like this, with its head up here. These are its legs and its wings and its breasts, which we're going to separate. In terms of anatomical terms, this is the anterior of the chicken, and this is the posterior of the chicken, and superior of the chicken, inferior of the chicken, medial and lateral. The first thing we're going to do is we're actually going to remove the leg from the body or dislocate the hip. So we're just going to take our knife here and cut the tissue that's right here. Then we're going to pop up like that. Okay, so you see there's the hip bone, and now we're just going to cut from here. Almost there. Okay. So now we have our nice juicy leg there. Okay, now we're going to do the same for the other leg. Okay. Take our thumb. Pop up. Like that. And cut off the leg. Flip that over. And there we have our second leg, as the hip has been dislocated. So now we're going to turn over the chicken. And so now you can see it still has its wings and its back. So now we're going to actually separate the back from the breast by cutting down on this connective tissue here. Just remove a bit of that skin there. And there's the back of the chicken. Just separate it. There's the back of the chicken. We're just going to put that in there for now. So now we're going to remove the wings of the chicken to make some nice chicken wings, I guess. So we're going to do basically the same thing we did with the legs, just cut off some tissue here. Just to expose. They're going to pop up. I'm just going to pop it up. Now you can see that wing bone, I guess you could say. Just separate that from the chicken. We have our nice chicken wing. We're going to do the same thing here on the other side. And there's our second wing. Okay, so our next step would be to put it with the anterior facing up, but since the chicken that we bought in the store has no neck, we're going to skip that step. Okay, so the next step is going to be, we're going to remove the sternum, which is the same as the xiphoid process in our bodies. So we're just going to push the ribs back like this and cut the sternum out. Other side. Now we're going to remove so this is the sternum that we're one last cut there. Okay. That's the sternum. Okay, so our next step is that we're going to actually remove the ribs of the chicken. So this bone here that's sticking out, that's the wishbone. So first we're going to remove that. there's the wishbone. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. And there's the second wishbone. So now, since we removed most of the bones of the chicken, the ribs should easily just come off if I slide my fingers under like so. There's the ribs. Just a little there, and there's the other half of the ribs. So now that we've fully removed the ribs, now you see what comes up is this nice juicy chicken tenderloin that we can use for chicken fingers and such. And we'll do the same thing on the other side. Well, this one got a little bit cut up, but that's okay. Okay, so now we're just going to look around, feel around for any bones. We don't want to be eating, oh, here's a rib bone here. Don't want to be eating any bones when we're having our chicken. Now, didn't find any bones, so we're just gonna cut off some extra fat and make it look nice around the edges. Oh, here's a bone here. And then there we have our nice chicken breasts. So now we're going to take off the skin of the chicken. So here it is. We're just going to take off the skin to have skinless and boneless chicken breasts. The skin's going to come off fairly easily, just like so. And we're going to use it for other purposes. Just a little bit more there. So now that we have our skinless and boneless chicken breasts, we're just going to separate it in two, just like so. And then we have our nice boneless and skinless chicken breasts. So our final step is that we are going to separate the chicken thigh from the chicken drumstick. And so we're going to use the same way that we did when initially removing the leg from the chicken. So we're going to, this one actually, we're going to cut their tissue there. And pop up, and you see there's the bone there. And now we have a nice, just get that skin there. Now we've separated the chicken thigh from the leg. Now we're going to do the same thing on the other side. So this one actually is partially dislocated already. So we're just going to cut a little bit, pop up, and there you see it's dislocated. Then we're going to cut down and separate the two. Now you have your chicken thigh and your chicken leg. So now I just laid out all the parts that we're going to use for supper. We have the breasts, the legs, the thighs, and the wings. And that's the, as you can say, deboned chicken. That is my chicken pre-dissection assignment. I hope you enjoyed, and bon appetit.